from himself by me, desires you to attach his son, who has his dignity and duty both cast off, fled from his father, from his hopes, and with a shepherd's daughter.
Where's Bohemia? Speak!
Here in your city. I now came from him. I speak amazedly, and it becomes my marvel and my message. To your court, whiles he was hastening in the chase, it seems, of this fair couple, meets he on the way the mother of this seeming lady, and Camilla.
Camilla has betrayed me, whose honor and whose honesty till now endured all weathers.
Lay it so her charge. She's with the king your father.
Oh, Camilla?
Camilla, sir. I spake with her, and now has this lady seeming mother in question.
Oh, my poor mother! The heaven set spies upon us will not have our contract celebrated.
You are married?
We are not, my lord. Nor we like to be. Stars I see will kiss the valleys first, the odds for highs and lows alike.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is. When once she is my wife.
That once, I see by your good father's speech, shall come on very slowly. I am sorry, most sorry, that you have broken from his liking where you were tied in duty. And as sorry that your choice is not as rich in worth as beauty that you might well enjoy her.
Dear, look up. Though fortune, visible and enemy, should chase us with my father, power no jot hath she to change our loves. Beseech you, sir, remember since you owed no more to time than I do now, and with thought of such affections, step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father shall grant precious things as trifles.
Do so, I beg your precious mistress, which he counts but a trifle.
Good my liege, your eye hath too much youth in it. Not a month before your good queen died, she was more worth such honors than what you look upon now.
It was her I thought on even in these looks I made. But sir, your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father, and your honor, not o'erthrown by your desires. I am friend to them and to you, upon which errand I now go toward him. Therefore, follow me and mark what way I make. Come, good my lord.
And so the oracle is fulfilled. The king's daughter is found. Such a deal of wonder is broken out within this hour that the ballad makers cannot be able to express it.
And heard the shepherd alluded to the manner how she found the child, whereupon all were amazed. First of Antigonus, like an old tale told, how he was torn to pieces by a beast. This avouches the shepherd, who presents a handkerchief and rings of his that Paulina knows. The ship that brought him wrecked in the same instant as his death and in full view of the shepherd, so that all the instruments which needed to expose the child were even then lost when it was found.
Proofs most profound, yet labeled her the lost heir. Her swaddling clothes, the letters of Antigonus found with the babe, and Hermione's mantle, and her own jewel around the babe's neck. The majesty of the girl in resemblance to her mother. All these proclaim her with all certainty to be the king's daughter.
There was casting up of eyes, holding up of hands, with countenance of such distraction that our king was ready to leap out of himself for joy of his found daughter. And, as if that joy were now become a sorrow, cries, "Oh, thy mother, thy mother." Then asks Bohemia forgiveness. Then embraces his son-in-law. Then embraces he again his daughter. Now, he asks the old shepherd, or thanks the old shepherd, which stands like a weather-bitten conduit of many kings' reigns.
But oh, the noble combat that twixt joy and sorrow was fought in Paulina. She had one eye declined for the loss of her husband, another elevated that the oracle was fulfilled. She lifted the princess, and so locks her in embracing as if she would pin her to her heart, that she might no more be in danger of losing.
The princess, hearing of her mother's statue, which is in the keeping of Paulina, a piece many years in the doing, and now newly completed by a rare Italian master. So perfect, so near to Hermione is its semblance, they say one would speak to her and stand in hope of answer. So thither with all greediness of affection are they gone.
Paulina, we honor you with trouble, yet we came to see the statue of our queen. Through your gallery have we passed, not without much content and many singularities. But we saw not that which my daughter came to look upon, the statue of her mother.
As she lived peerless, so her dead likeness I do well believe excels whatever yet you looked upon or hand of man hath done. Therefore I keep it lonely, apart. But here it is. Prepare to see the life as lively mocked as ever still sleep mocked death. Behold, and say 'tis well. Well, I like your silence, if the more shows off your wonder. But yet speak. First you, my liege. Comes it not something near?
A natural posture. Oh, chide me, dear stone, that I may say thou art indeed Hermione. Or rather, thou art she, and I not chiding, for she was tender as infancy and grace. And yet, Paulina, Hermione was nothing so winged as this, not so much aged as this seems.
Oh, not by much.
Oh, such the more our carver's excellence, which lets go by some 16 year and makes her as she lives now.
As now she might have done, so much to my good comfort as it is now piercing to my soul. And thus she stood with such life of majesty, warm life as now it coldly stands. When first I wooed her, I am ashamed. Does not the stone rebuke me for being more stone than it? O royal peace, there is magic in thy majesty which has my evils conjured to remembrance, and from thy admiring daughter took the spirits standing like stone within.
And give me leave, and do not say to superstition that I kneel and implore her blessing. Lady, good queen that ended when I but began, give me that hand of yours to kiss.
Oh, patience. The statue is but newly fixed. The color's not dry.
My lord, your sorrow was too sore laid on, which 16 winters cannot blow away, so many summers dry. Scarce any joy did ever so long live. No sorrow but killed itself much sooner.
Dear my brother, let him that was the cause of this have power to take off so much grief from you as he will peace up in himself.
Indeed, my lord, had I thought the sight of my poor image would thus have wrought you, for the stone is mine, I'd not have showed it.
Do not draw the curtain.
No longer shall you look upon it, lest your fancy may think anon it moves.
Oh, let me think so, Paulina. I would that I were dead, but that methinks already. What was he that did make it? See, my lord, would you not deem it grief that these veins did verily bear blood?
Masterly done, the very light seems warm upon her lip.
The fixture of her eye hath a motion to it, as we are mocked with art.
I'll draw the curtain. My lord is almost so far transported that he'll think anon it lives.
Let me to think so, Paulina, these 20 years, no settled senses of the world can match the pleasure of such madness. Let it alone.
I am sorry, sir, that I have thus far stirred you. But I could afflict you further.
Do, Paulina, for thy affliction has a taste as sweet as any cordial comfort. And yet methinks there is an air comes from her. What fine chisel could e'er get cut red? Let no man mock me, for I will kiss her.
Oh, good my lord, forbear. The ruddiness upon her lip is wet. You'll mar it if you kiss it. Stain your own with oily painting. Shall I draw the curtain?
No, not these 20 years.
So long could I stand by, a looker on.
Either forbear, quit presently the chapel, or resolve you for more amazement. If you can behold it, I'll make the statue move. Indeed, descend and take you by the hand, but then you'll think, which I protest against, I am aided by wicked powers.
What you can make her do, I am content to look upon. What to speak, I am content to hear, for 'tis as easy to make her speak as move.
It is required that you await your fate. Then all stand still, or those who think it is unlawful business I am about, let them depart.
Proceed, no foot shall stir.
Music, awake her, strike. 'Tis time. Descend and be stoned no more. Approach. Strike all who look upon with marvel. Come, I'll fill your grave up. Stir, nay, come away. Bequeath to death that numbness, for from him dear life redeems you. Perceive she stirs. Start not. Her actions are as holy as you'll hear my spell is lawful. Do not shun her until you see her die again, for then you kill her double. Nay, present your hand. When she was young, you wooed her. Now, in age, is she become the suitor?
Oh, she's warm. If this be magic, let it be an arm as lawful as eating.
She embraces him.
She hangs about his neck. If she pertains to life, let her speak, too.
I make it manifest where she has lived, or how stolen from the dead.
That she is living word but told to you should be hooted at like an old tale. Yet it appears she lives, though yet she speak not. Mark a little while. Please you to interpose, fair madam. Kneel, and pray your mother's blessing. Turn, good lady. Our Perdita is found.
You gods, look down and from your sacred vials pour your graces upon my daughter's head. Tell me, mine own, where hast thou been preserved? Where lived? How found my father's court? For thou shalt hear that I, knowing by Paulina the oracle gave hope thou wast in being, have preserved myself to see the issue.
But how is to be questioned, for I saw her as I thought dead, and have shed many a tear upon her grave.
There's time enough for that.
Look upon my brother. Both your pardons that err between your holy looks I put my ill suspicion, and this your son-in-law and son unto the king, whom heaven's directing is troth-plight to your daughter.
Good Paulina, lead us from hence where we may go together, and in our exaltation all partake.
A sad tale's best for winter, and I am one of love, tested and triumphant, of kingdoms rent and then restored, of children lost and family